welcome to another FiddleHed fiddle lesson. We're going to do the tune Planxty Irwin. This is the third video for this tune that I've done. Hope you're not sick of it yet. I'm going to add some Irish embellishments to it. It'll be really sweet. I've previously did a basic version, which you should do first. Make sure you know the basic version. And then I did a double stop version where I added double stops to the tune. This one I'm going to add Irish embellishments, and then maybe at the end throw it all together. So I'm just going to play it once, and then we'll kind of talk about what we did. I'm going to try to keep it consistent. I might change things a little bit. I'm going to try to keep it consistent for you. Here we go. Alright, so basic version starts. By the way, I'm not going to go too much into how the basic version works. I'm going to assume you kind of know it already. So I'm starting with and then instead of just I'm going so the whole first quarter, a little slower, then that's pretty straightforward. The basic version was just, and I just added some eighth notes. Actually, pretty simple. I could have done something fancier, like, but this feels right to me. Okay, third quarter. For the pickup, instead of, I do something a little fancy. I think that's what I did. Instead of, I do. And try to slow that down. So that's the third quarter, one last time. So on the third quarter, instead of going, I'm adding 16th note triplets. So the whole third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, so it's kind of like the second, and then instead of just going, I add kind of like, I call this thing a throw, when you just sort of throw your fingers down. So I go. Slowing that down. There it is. Actually with. Once more the fourth quarter. Now I'm going to do the entire A part a little slower, and you can try to just listen to what I did and then try to play along when you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third quarter I did differently, not intentionally. The third quarter, the way I showed it to you is. So I'm going to do it one more time just to try to make it clear. One more time through the A part. Sometimes it's a little easier just to do it a little more quickly, like I just did. The really slow version, you overthink it a little bit. But playing it slow is really good for really getting your intonation, for really being able to get the timing really good. So I recommend doing it slow. It'll just start to sound weirder. The melody starts to sound stranger and maybe not remember it correctly. Alright, so let's move on to the B part. Think about what I did again. So I'm going to start with a turn. So that the basic version starts. I'm going to add a turn on that third finger. I might add a 16th note triplet after that. Here's that again. One more time. And then I think that's how I did it in the version I showed you. Here's that again. Okay, so putting together the first quarter of the B part. Once more. And then the second quarter. I'm going to slow that down a little bit. So that's another turn, but using 1 to 3, kind of an odd turn. Cycle that. Let me slow that down. Alright, so I'm going to do the whole first half of the B part slowly. Apologies if it's a little different here and there. I'm doing my best to keep it consistent. And then the second half, is the same as the second half of the A part, roughly. So the whole B part slowly would be like. So there you go, you have the whole tune with Irish embellishments added. And then as promised, I want to now just try to somehow combine the double stops with the Irish embellishments. And I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just going to kind of wing it from here on out. In fact, all this that I'm teaching you, I don't really know. I'm just coming up with some things that I tend to do and showing them to you. But remember, it's just my little way of doing it, and you could find your own way of doing it. Okay, so I'm going to add double stops. I go into this more in the previous video, which there's a link for. But for now, I'm just going to kind of throw it in there, and so you can hear it and maybe try it on your own. Alright, hopefully that was fun, and hopefully you're making beautiful music now. So long.
Thanks for watching the video.
Excellent!